Invasion craft take on men and machines at a base somewhere in the north. With Ley and Salamoa in the bag, the next strike from the sea is at Finschhafen. As the heavy gear goes aboard those truly amazing carryalls known as LSTs, troops muster for embarkation. With an American naval escort, the convoy sails under a protective umbrella of our own fighters. Assault craft bearing reinforcements go into land 7 miles north of Finschhafen. The first troops landed in darkness, met opposition but quickly overcame it. Now it's safe for the big ships to come in close. Stores, artillery, trucks, jeeps and bulldozers go ashore with the diggers. Contrast a modern invasion with Gallipoli, for instance, where for a long time men alone could be landed. Theoretically, the fighting man today invades with all mod cons, as it were, but don't try and tell him that. A company of American engineers build corduroy roadways. The bulldozer has won for itself a #1 spot in this jungle warfare. But for all that, the good old infantry still gets supplies up the hard way. The Japs are strongly positioned to be crossed. It runs a 12-knot current. It might be a sea, but with the requisite manpower, logs, and a handy rock, it's not such a problem. The stream is bridged and the green tide flows on, but the Japs have run so fast that their main force has always been 24 hours ahead of the oncoming Aussies. Signalers have maintained communications under difficulties. Chiefs had flown, the bigger birds anyway, leaving the usual souvenirs behind them. What the Japs played on that organ was, no doubt, the lost cause. Souvenir Marine uniform. Obviously, the Marines had fought with their backs to the wall. On a rapidly prepared airstrip, planes are bringing in reinforcements. Nowhere is air power more valuable or more essential than in the New Guinea campaign. Troops fighting fit, disembark, and all... Angao officers are recruiting natives for work on the aerodrome. You all the same work along government, now government all the same look after you, give plenty kai-kai. There's a marked difference between these inland people and the Papu and Fuzzy-Wuzzies. Shorter hair, different cast of features. The kids are cute. Police boy Yarobo went I would not work for Japan man. He bad, he gone. They go to work extending the airfield with a will. The reinforcements come for the campaign against Madang, which will almost certainly be a major operation. The diggers long ago announced, once we get the Jap in the open, he'll move. Well, they've got him in the open, and he's moving fast. The upper Markham Valley. Saturday night in New Guinea, daylight saving time. Geologists and soldiers say the major trouble with New Guinea rivers is stony bottoms. Despite their distance from civilization, the mail's in, and that one came in an asbestos bag. If those lips could only speak. Safari. Once again, the advancing army is heavily dependent on native carriers. The campaign in this territory must have been immeasurably slower, but for the cooperation and loyalty of the natives. In this area, carriers are of an entirely different on the quiet,